What up, what up, what up, YouTube? It's your girl, Dee. Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Sunday, you guys. Another impromptu live. I'm surprised I'm doing this myself. But I'm back with another live. Happy Sunday. I hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are enjoying your weekend so far. So listen, y'all know what it is. As you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button as you come into the building, y'all. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Also, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me, if the audio is good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. So listen, y'all see the title. And I posed this question for a reason. There's always a method behind the madness, right? So I saw a video clip on the Daily Wrap Up Crew. Shout out to Daily Wrap Up Crew. And I'm going to play that clip because I want to know. I want to pose the question, and I want you guys to chime in the chat. I want to hear your thoughts on this. I want to know what you think. Is this true? So I want to get into it. As you guys see, the topic says, do men secretly want to marry hoes plus more? Baby, you can't make it up. So I want to get your thoughts on it. Make sure you chime in the chat. Also, hit the like button as you come into the building. Also, if you are in the building and you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed, but you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, share, and like the stream. And also turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. Also, some of you have been asking me about one-on-one advice sessions. I am now offering it. If you are interested, all of the information is in the description. Reach out to me via email and let me know if you're interested. All of the information is in the description. Some of you have been asking me about this, so this is why I'm bringing it back. I was doing this a while back and then I kind of stopped because I didn't have the time for it, but now I'm open to it. So if you are interested in one-on-one advice sessions, please, I'll see if I can put the information in the chat. If you are interested, all of the information will be in the chat and also in the description of this live stream and my videos. If you are interested, go ahead and email your information and we can actually get that going. And yeah, we can communicate via email. If you want to do the one-on-ones, once again, all of the information will be I'll put it in the chat, and also it'll be in the description of this video if you are interested. So it's not, well, yeah, so it'll be in the description, and I also put it in the chat if you're interested as well. All of the information will be in the description of this video. So reach out to me via email at DeeDeesWorldLoves. Leave your name, your information, times you are looking to have the session, and we can set that up. The price and everything will be in there. So make sure you contact me if you're interested in that. All right. Make sure, also put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me perfectly fine. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. Let me delete that. I don't know what that is, but yeah, 1 in the chat if the audio is good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. All right. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the building, everybody who supports your channel. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Also, if you want to support the channel, make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you want to support via Super Chat or Cash App, make sure you guys are doing that as well. All I ask is at least a $5 donation to support the channel, or more if you can, but definitely support in that way. It actually goes far to help support the channel. So make sure you're doing that as well. So once again, do men secretly want to marry hoes plus more? I'm going to go right into the video. I'm going to pull this first clip up, and I want to get y'all thoughts on it. Do you agree or do you disagree? Now, we're going to look at the source of this information, where this is coming from, and then I want you guys to give me y'all thoughts on it. So let's get into it. Here we go.
Like a cum dump type of, like, you want this.
Hold on. Let's go back. Here we go.
Men love sluts, like a cum dump type of, like, you want this, but patriarchy says you can't marry this. Patriarchy says marry the virgin,
but then you the slut behind her back, you lose her trust.
You're gonna ruin her life. I want more men to feel safe marrying the whole, because they're gonna keep you good. You're gonna wake up to sucks. You wake up, I'm already on freak There's nothing you can't propose to me that I won't at least consider. I like doing household chores, but for sake, first thing in the morning, my man gets this, and he gets it in any way he wants. You would crawl on my face and exactly.
Start at home, where you really want to be. A couple weeks ago was my birthday. The plan was that we were gonna have a foursome.
Well, what about Wayne? Will you stop seeing Wayne? I hear it. I've heard it. And the answer is always no. You either get.
Now, this clip is of her from a while back, all right, where she was saying that whoever she dates has to know that Lil Wayne comes first. So this is her a while back talking about whoever dates her, whoever's in a relationship with her. At the time, Lil Wayne came first. And listen to what she's saying, because this kind of contradicts what she's saying now. But let's get into it. Here we go.
Get over it, or you leave. Those are your options, because I'm not getting rid of him. Initially, people, and again, I've never hidden him. Like, Wayne will call the house at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I will answer. And if he says, I'm at the skate park, or I'm here, I will get up and I will go. That's what's going to happen. And you got to be okay with that. And it has happened. You know,
so basically you'd be in bed with your husband. Wayne would call in the middle of the night, and you would go see Wayne.
Yes, and I'd be gone for days.
You'd be gone for days.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so basically that's her from a while back saying that whoever she gets in a relationship is going to accept the fact that she's going to jump up and do whatever she needs to do for Lil Wayne. That was at that time. So now she's saying that men basically want to marry hoes. Is that true? What do you think in the comments? Do you agree or do you disagree? Do you agree that men secretly want to marry hoes, or do you disagree that is that could possibly be true? Now, the thing about it is, I think that I'll give you my thoughts, but I want y'all to let me know what you think as well. Do men secretly want to marry these types of women? I don't know. What I want to know y'all thoughts. A lot of y'all saying no. If a man, I'm a man, I do not secretly want to marry a hoe. This has been a conversation amongst people where, there are some, and, there have been men who have actually, dated women who were really out in that life, who were really hoes and wanted to make the relationship work, care for this woman, love this woman, but it eventually did not work out. And the reason why I don't know, I'm not a man, so I don't know how men think, but I hear most men say they would not, but this is something that secretly a lot of men want, because either the way the woman looks, she's fine. A lot of these strippers, a lot of these so-called hoes, they be attractive women. Like, they have the body that a lot of men like. Men like fine women, cute women, attractive women. So a lot of these women have the body that a lot of men desire. They have the look that a lot of men desire. They have all of that. They just for the streets. So, and there's a reason, and a reason why we have that saying, you can't change a hoe into a housewife, because you can't. And I think, she's saying that, for her, it would be great, or for men to have hoes would be great because, they wake up a freak. They're going to give you all the loving and the sex that you want. They're going to give you everything that you want, and they're going to please you in that way. But I think when you look at that aspect of it, I don't think men would oppose. I mean, what man wouldn't want a woman who's going to give him all of his desires in that way? What man wouldn't want to have a wife who's going to fulfill his desires romantically, in that way? Who wouldn't want that? When we hear about so many men who are in sexless marriages where their women just got them on a couch or refuse to be with them in any intimate way, I think that is ridiculous. So what man wouldn't want that type of woman who's going to be open to giving them everything they want? But I think the problem with that is he wants exclusivity. He doesn't want her to give it to everybody else. And let me know if I'm wrong. That's the issue that you would have with these hoes, because You don't want your woman to do all of these things with you, Tom, Dick, and Harry, Pookie, Ray Ray, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike. You know what I'm saying? You don't want her to be for the streets. That's the difference. And her comment she made from back a while back, it says, "Hey, I'm with you, but I'm with this one and that one too. Whoever, others have me too. It's not just exclusively for you. If she's saying you gonna be in a relationship with me, but hey, if Lil Wayne or whoever calls, oh, I'm up and I'm be gone for days. What you think they doing over there for days? What you think they over there? You think they sitting down, reading books and singing Kumbaya? No, he's flipping her upside down, around and around, and doing everything he wants to her too. And whoever she chooses to. So you got to be open to the idea that, yeah, you might get these women who are hoes and fine and will, slide the knob and do all these things, whatever it is whatever your heart's desire. But guess what? You're not exclusive. You're not special. She's going to go and do that for whoever else she wants to do it with. And in her case, she's letting it be known. So no, I wouldn't think that men want to marry hoes. Maybe there are a few men who thought that they could do that. And usually those situations don't end out in the way they want. They usually don't work out. They don't last. Because what happens is if there is a man, or if there have been men who have tried to do that, they want to turn her into a housewife. They want to make her exclusive. They try to change her and clean her up and make her into what they want her to be. But she's just not that girl. She enjoys going out and doing that. And she's accustomed to it and she's used to it. This is why there is that saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, because you can't. She has a craving to do those things. That's a part of her DNA now. That's what she enjoys doing. And if I'm not mistaken, I remember this superhead lady saying years ago, she loved doing what she was doing. She loved, to do this with all these men. She liked doing it. She enjoys it. So what man in their right mind is going to want to wife up a woman who loves doing that with a whole bunch of other men? Why? And him too. So you're not exclusive. You just have maybe an exclusive turn with her. But at any given time, whenever she feels like it, she's going to go off and go and do all of that and more with somebody else. Like, who wants that? Like, is that would not be a healthy relationship. And I don't think too many men will be comfortable with that. I don't think too many men will actually want to accept that, because men are territorial. We was talking about this the other day. You want something that's yours. You don't want to share it with the world. And what's the point of marrying a woman if she's not exclusive to you? That don't make any sense. So why would you, as a man with some type of values, or want a certain woman, why would you marry her just so she could still be for the streets? You don't need to marry her. She's still she shouldn't be exclusive, because she's never going to be exclusively yours. She's always going to be for the streets. So why would you sign up for that? That doesn't make any sense. You setting yourself up for failure. Unless you that desperate that you willing to get what she's offering, but also, and you okay with her running off with somebody else and whoever else. Then what kind of man, I'm just saying, what kind of man are you that you're going to sit back and and be with a woman that's just come on, you're going to look like the laughing stock of the world. I'm just saying, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't advise it. Lorenzo Superhead is married. No, I don't think she's married now. She was married to Carl Winslow, the guy, Darius McCrary or whatever his name is. They were married. That didn't work out. Last I checked, he was in jail fighting for, child support orders and stuff like that, which is sad. It's just his life went downhill, in my opinion. But I think she got him to marry her at a point, but no, they're not. I don't think she's married. And I mean, if whoever married her, they weren't in their right minds. They were thinking the way she's explaining it, like, oh, you'll wake up to a freak of the week every day. And how did that work out? You get that freak of the week for a little time, and then you realize that she ain't exclusively for you. Everybody else had it, and everybody else trying to get it, and she's open to giving it. And that's what you want to call your wife? Like, no, most men in droves are not doing that. They're really not. But I mean, if that's what you want, if you want to try it, of course, go ahead. All I'm saying is, look, if you want a freak of the week for a temporary amount of time, go ahead. But I wouldn't marry. Why would you marry? Why would you marry her? Success MD says marrying community box has no benefit. No, because it's for the streets. Why? Who's going to take pride in having a woman that is for the? And it's not even look. Even men have men have a problem with women who have had that past, right? If that's her past, it's an issue. But we're not even talking about the past. We're talking about currently. Like she's saying, baby, I'm a hoe right now, and I'm gonna do whatever I want. You got to be okay with it. Cause I'm gonna do all this stuff to you, and you're gonna be so enamored and so happy. You don't even give it. You don't even give a shit. You don't even care. You're just like you're gonna be drawn into it, and you're gonna let that happen. Then what happens? Then eventually you're gonna look around and you're like, okay, all right, well, is this it? Like, do we like you know what I'm saying? Like, where do we go from here? And she like, okay, well, I'll see you soon. I'm out. And when she out, she doing everything that she did with you with somebody else. So how you gonna feel about that? That ain't somebody you need to marry. You just, play around with them if they'll allow it and keep it moving. Why would you marry? I'm talking about marriage. She talking about men love to marry. Men love to marry hoes, but society tells them they shouldn't. No, you should have enough sense in your head to know that that is not a good choice for you. And only men who are kind of simpish and desperate would do that, in my opinion. They don't have no self-control, or they don't have no type of nothing. Like, you just like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta, what happened to what's the saying? A lady in the streets and a freak in the bed. Y'all, I know y'all have heard that before. What happened to that? Like, and why can't, my thing is this, why do you have to be a hoe is what I'm saying. Why do women, like, why can't you, be that way? I'm saying, if you want to please your husband and you want a husband, why can't you go out of your way to please your husband? That one man, like, why does it have to be? I asked this question before. Why does it have to be multiple men? Why do you? I don't think women have to be hoes. And why do they think that they have to be? I don't understand. Like, I would not promote to young girls to go out here and be hoes. Like, there's no real benefit. You only find yourself lonely, depressed, and sad in the end, questioning your decisions. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And men, we already know men don't take you seriously. So why not find a man that you want to be with and he want to be with you, and y'all freak each other off? Because that would make sense to me. But the funny thing about it is, what I've seen growing up and what I've noticed is that Christians, people who say they believe in God and the Bible, those people, a lot of them, they don't even promote, pleasing your husband. They don't even promote, hey, you know what I'm saying? The married bed is undefiled. Like, they don't even preach or promote. And I've learned it, and I've seen this from women, older Christian women. They don't even promote pleasing your husband and y'all trying things as husband and wife. They don't even promote that. It's almost like they want you to be this prude in marriage. Like, they promote, and not all of them, but a lot of them promote, oh, as a Christian woman who's married, oh my God, you can't be doing this, and you have to wear your dresses down to the floor and cover up, and you got to be conservative with your husband, and you can't. Like, I think that's so backwards. Do y'all agree or not? Am I making sense? Let me know. Does this make sense? Why do I found married Christian women who tell young women, oh, basically to be a prude for your husband? But when they out in the streets, they swinging on chandeliers and they doing all kinds of shit for these randoms. Like, why? You would think that you be more reserved when you're single, if you're out there. Like, you're not just allowing everything if you're out there. Now, you would think, if you're a Christian and you're following the Bible, that you would be a virgin until you get married. But we know most people aren't doing that. Most people are out here having sex. But if you're doing it, you would think that you might be a little reserved, even though you're out here trying to get some type of pleasure. You would know that, hey, you don't give you don't give everything to somebody that you're seeing at the moment. I'm just saying, like, because you do have some semblance of, damn, I'm not supposed to be doing this, but you're choosing to do it, but you're not going to just give up everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be some line that you don't cross. That's just me. Because ultimately, if you're saying you're a Christian and you believe in God, you shouldn't be doing it at all. But we know a lot of people aren't really following that. But it's like, they'll go out here and do everything with the randoms. And then when you get married, oh, now you don't want to do anything. There's so many men who are talking about who are complaining about being sexless in a marriage, which is dumb to me. And I understand that what women go through. I'm a woman. I understand women go through issues. And the older you get, your body starts to change. You have children, your body change. That's a fact. But as long as you have a man who's understanding of that, and he knows he's not trying to force it on you because he knows what you're going through, or if you're sick or something like that, that's reasonable. But there are women out here who are just turning men down just because, no valid reasons whatsoever. And this is your husband. But when you were out there with these random dudes, you were doing everything. And I'm thinking my guess is, look, you're tired. You ran through and worn out. That's all I'm saying. Oh my God. They're tired, ran through and worn out, but you want husbands. And when you get your husband, you penalize him for all your ran through times. And now you don't want to even give him anything. I don't agree with that. And I said it before. I think that's ridiculous. I think the time for you, if you are freaky, if that's what your nature is, and that's supposed to go to your husband. I'm just saying. That's the time y'all could just experiment. And that's why I say experiment, do whatever you want to do with your husband. Just your husband. Not for the community. But then wonder why these men go out and cheat. I'm just saying. I don't condone cheating, but I'm like, come on now. If you're not giving him, what you expect him to do? He can't just sit down and have blue balls all goddamn day. Come on now. And got a whole wife sitting there. Well, I don't understand that. I think that's dumb. It's so backwards. It really is, y'all. It's backwards as hell. Jamil 843 says, take superhead advice. You deserve ruin. Right. That's all you're going to get. Thank you, Jamil. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, marrying a 304 is like jumping in a fire with C4 and grenades strapped to your waist. People are getting worse instead of wiser. Hashtag overcooked fools. Hashtag. Exactly. That's stupid. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. She too old for that. I said, Successful MD says anyone can call themselves a Christian, DeeDee. Right. They do. I see. They be calling themselves Christians and don't follow the Bible whatsoever. And that's why it's hypocrisy at its finest. And that's why I don't listen to people who say they're Christians. You talking about you're a Christian? I don't hear what you say go in one ear and go out the other, because I just know it's full of shit. I'm just saying. I don't be listening to them. Thank you once again, Successful MD. It's just crazy. Like, yeah, I just don't understand it. And these Christian ladies, and I've seen it. Oh my God, y'all remember, and I could tell stories. That's what I'm saying. I'm a reserve it, but you know what I mean? I could give y'all an incident, but I'm gonna keep that private. But it's like, because I've heard this type of rhetoric, and I just thought it was weird. And it's always coming from a Christian born again hoe. You know what I'm saying? It's always coming from a born again hoe. She hold herself out her whole life, and then you turn around and get Christian, and then now you got these Christian values, and you're trying to tell other people to be Christian like you, when you done gave it all to everybody in your younger days, and now you're a Christian, and now you're approved, ain't never been married, and you want a husband, and you giving bad advice, telling women, oh my God, cover up and do all this. Yeah, you don't want to walk outside looking like a hoe and that's not what you're representing, and that's not who you are. But I mean, if we're talking about in the privacy of your home with your man, your husband, whatever y'all choose to do is okay, because you're choosing to do it. You're agreeing upon it. Y'all could do whatever y'all want. But you'll be surprised how many Christian women are telling women, oh my God, that man wants you to look like a Mormon, or you know what I mean? You need to dress like a distinguished church lady and all that. These men that's not why he married you. He didn't marry you looking like a distinguished Mormon church lady, fully a damn what's the lady, the nuns, looking like a nun. He was attracted to you, your body, probably your looks, everything about you. So why do you turn around and think now because you're married, now you got to be reserved? Now you got to dress like a Mormon. Now you got to, hold that Bible tight. And then you still not listening to the Bible, because once again, the Bible says the marriage bed is undefiled, which means that there's nothing y'all could do that's wrong within y'all marriage. Y'all agree to do what y'all want. Y'all could do what you want. Wow. And I think that makes sense. I don't get it, y'all. I really just be like, what in the world? But once again, a lot of these women men be cheating on them. Y'all done put that man on the couch for years. Months and months. Wow. Months and months. And he's sitting there, who knows, rubbing his balls, wishing he could get some, and you constantly telling him no. And he's sitting there like, well, goddamn. Part of the reason people get married is so they can have that. If we're going to be honest, right? So you have exclusivity to your wife's body, and she has exclusivity to you. There's nothing. That's part of the reason why y'all together. Like, you don't got to go look out and search out for intimacy. You have it there. Am I tripping or what? Am I wrong to say that? Because women will take offense to that. Oh my God, what do you mean? Part of the reason he married you? Ask the men. Y'all let me know. Am I lying? Yes or no? Am I right? Am I wrong? Isn't that part of the reason why men want husbands? I mean, men want husbands, my bad. While men want wives, right? Isn't that part of the reason? I can't help it. Classy, I can't help it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I don't see anything wrong with that. I said it before. I don't agree with married women withholding from their husbands. I don't agree with that. I think that's a tactic that they use far too often, and it just needs to stop. And then when you're busting them with somebody else, you can't get mad. You can't get mad. You really can't. That's one time, and I will say it. Y'all already know how I feel about cheating, but that's one time where I think it's acceptable, because you know why? That's not what you're supposed to do as a wife. You can't possibly think you can sit here and just withhold from this man for no reason because you're mad at him for whatever, and keep doing that, and you don't think that he gonna seek that somewhere else outside of you after so long. Or that's not going to cause an issue in the marriage? Like, come on now. Why would you let it get to that point? Why would you do it in the first place? I don't agree with that at all. Sandra, what's going on? Sandra Faye in the building. Sandra says, I mean, you should want that from your husband, too. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand that concept. I don't understand holding back. I don't understand like that. And I just don't. I don't agree with it. Like I said, if you're sick or there's some reasons for why, real legitimate, I get it. I'm not saying it should be forced upon you because you don't, if you're sick, there's reasons why, then it's understood. But and your man would understand that. It's one thing not to be up for it. It's another thing to do it just because you want to manipulate the man. Exactly. You should want to make him happy and be open to him making you happy. Bars. Exactly. It is not cheating. It's a justifiable cause. Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is, right? That's what I'm saying. If you just don't feel good or something's not going on with you, your man should understand that. But I'm saying no. Like, I agree, Sandra. If it's just because you're mad or, you mad at him, so you don't want to do it. Like, come on, that's crazy. Or you just withholding the right to just, if you don't do what I say, then you're not getting any. Like, I just think that's dumb. I do. That's just my opinion. Jamil 843 says, wives who withhold it are getting it elsewhere. Probably so. They be the man once cheating. You got a point there, Jamil. So they're getting it from somewhere, probably. So that should be a red flag. Like, come on now. You don't ever, come on. Probably are. They be the ones cheating and swear to God, the man cheating. But if he went out and did the cheating, oh my God, she'll lose her mind. Like, how dare you? And a lot of times they could be cheating themselves. That's a good point, Jamil. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. You should want to get some too. Right. That's the crazy part. Right. Exactly. Right. I don't understand. And, like I said, I've been very vocal about that on this page for the longest. I don't even if I'm mad at you, that don't stop the show. I'm just saying, that's just me. Even if I'm mad, that don't stop nothing. No. You know, sometimes when you're mad at them or whatever, that makes it better. I'm just saying. I don't, that ain't my thing. I'm just saying. Successful MD says a candy machine with too many coins won't work. Oh my God. I get it. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Oh my Lord. Anyway, yeah, but also too, look at the messenger. Superhead. I mentioned her yesterday. Superhead, look at her. Look at her track record. Look at her history. Who in their right mind would be listening to her? Tell me. Why? Who? And then the girl, if y'all missed it, the other girl was talking about it was her birthday or something. She was gonna be doing a foursome. I'm like, see, this is what y'all doing as single women. Foursomes, threesomes, getting trains ran on you as a single woman. Now you gonna do all that as a single woman. Then when you do if you are fortunate enough to get a husband or a man, a mate, or whoever who takes you serious, you mean to tell me you ain't gonna you gonna withhold then? But I understand because you probably ran through and tired. Once again, you ran through and you're tired. And now you got commitment from a man, and now you don't. Now you want to hold back. That's crazy. And I'm pretty sure the man will be thinking that too. Like, wait a minute. When you were single, if he knew, but he probably don't even know what your past was like and what you were doing, because you know they hide that. You're gonna lie about being ran through. You're gonna lie about having trains and stuff ran on you. You're not gonna tell the truth about that. So he don't know, but he's confused as to why. Why are you holding like this? Doesn't make it. Men don't understand that, and I don't either. So most women using their men, not loving them. I mean, we know that, Ali. What's going on, Ali? Shout out to you. When you're using someone that's an inconvenience to do something for them, women will do for men and kids when they actually love them. Right. When you're using someone you don't care about. Right. I mean, we it's obvious. We see it. But I don't know. And I think that's unfortunate, but it's the truth. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of women don't like the truth. The truth shall set you free and maybe help you to make some changes. But right, if you don't care to make changes or do anything that's going to benefit the other person. You only want to do what's good for you. And a lot of times these women, I agree with what I think Successful MD said earlier. Yeah, if they don't want to do anything, they probably out getting it from somewhere else too. And by the time they come home to you, they're tired and they don't want to do nothing because they've already done it. But then be ready to accuse you of cheating. If a man, you notice if a man turns a woman down, oh, she thinks he's cheating. If he's tired or he's not feeling it, she's automatically going to think that he's cheating. But then when she does it, oh, it's oh my God, it's heresy for you to even think that I would do something like that. When you hear all that, it's because they probably are doing it. Most of the time, when you respond like that, oh my God, how could you even think I would do this? And you don't trust them, and you probably have reason not to trust them. Come on, because it just doesn't make any sense to me. But once again, look who the messenger is. Superhead. She done been out with, literally been with everybody in that industry. And now she's trying to influence these young girls to be a 304 like she is, like she was and probably still is. They're trying to convince that the younger women to believe these things that just isn't going to work. And I think that that's horrible for her to be as old as she is. Once again, I said this before, for these women to be the big age that they are, y'all should be trying to give or instill some type of knowledge to the younger generation of women so that they don't make the mistakes that you made. But once again, it goes back to this delusional mindset, in my opinion, that a lot of these women don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. They really think that they made the best choices ever, but then they also tell you a lot of the crazy stuff that they've been through. It's like on one hand, you want to tell us a sob story about your past. If you read her book, which I read part of the book, and there's a lot of things that this lady went through that will be mentally disturbing. And I don't think she liked a lot of the things that she had to go through. But at the same time, you don't tell these young women that this is not the lifestyle that you want. It entails X, Y, Z, that this is what goes on in its business. This is how some men are. This is how men treat you. And also you're not honest about you putting yourself in that position, chasing a career, chasing your dreams or whatever that is. and how all of this, affects you in a negative way. They always try to make it seem like there's something positive to gain out of it when there's really not. All you end up just being ran through with a bad reputation and then depressed and wondering at the end why nobody don't want to be with you. There's nothing grand or great or positive behind any of this. Being a hoe out here, just giving yourself to everybody, losing yourself. And women always want to talk about having autonomy and bodily autonomy and having, all these things for yourself. But y'all, a lot of them do so many things that contradict what they say they actually want, that will give you the opposite result of what you're actually saying you're looking for. This is why you got to pay attention to what a lot of women say. And you got to realize a lot of times what they're saying is not what they're doing. The things that they're saying is they usually do the opposite. This is why they never get the outcomes. This is how you could have women who out here telling you about marriage and how to get a man and what men like and what men don't, but they still haven't put themselves or positioned themselves in a place to get the very thing they're telling other people about. I can't, if you're telling me men want this and all of the men like this and this is what you have to be for a man and all this, and you say you want a man and you can't get one, there's some cracks in your logic or your statements or what you're saying. Because how can you so boastfully tell everybody else what they should have and what they should be looking for and what men like and what women and how women should be when you must not be that yourself, because you can't even get the results you're telling somebody else they can get? That's all I'm saying. You have to be the example that you're trying to set. You have to have the example that you're trying to set for others. That's just my thoughts on it. That's just what I believe. I think it's difficult for me to really take what somebody else says seriously if you're telling me so wholeheartedly that this is what you must be doing to get XYZ, and you yourself state that, oh, I want marriage, I want family, I want this, but you haven't been able to achieve the very same things you're telling me that I need to do to achieve it. I don't think either something's off with your messaging. Maybe you're not really truthful and believe what you're saying. Maybe you're doing the opposite of what you're saying people should do, because you're not getting the outcomes that you don't have the outcomes that you're telling me I can have. And so that means, is this just a grift for you? Is this just something you're saying because it's popular? Or do you really subscribe to what you're saying? Because I don't think a lot of people really subscribe to what they're saying. I don't, because and this is why I like to give examples. This is why I say, hey, marriages work, because I know it is, because I've been through it. This is why I speak on the things I speak of, because I have an experience in it. And I say, hey, I'm not perfect. As a young woman in her 20s, raised by a single mother, I had issues. We had to work through the issues. Thank God I have the husband that I have, because, I learned a lot from him. And so everybody is not fortunate enough to have that. But I'd like to give examples a little bit to give hopefully some insight that could help you, to let you know, hey, marriages work, relationships will work. It ain't always peaches and cream. But if you have somebody who's committed to you and love you and loyal to you and you the same, then you're not in it just for some superficial gain. You're not in it for just the wrong reasons. You're in it because you actually care and you want to make it work. That's the difference between establishing long-term relationships versus you just playing around with somebody, or them playing around with you and they just want you to spend money on them. There's a difference there. I always say this: a woman who wants you and cares about you is not going to want you to just spend all his money on you constantly. She doesn't, because that's not her focus. That's not her care. She's not there for superficial gains. She's not there just to drain you dry. She's not there just to be a financial vampire to drain you of everything you got, and then the minute you run out, she's on to the next. So there's a distinct difference between a person trying to use you versus a person who actually wants to be with you, who cares about you and willing to go through the ups and downs of a relationship. That's it. It is not as difficult as people try to make it, as far as being in a relationship and maintaining it, if you are there for the right reasons. If you want to be there. If both of y'all want to be there, then you're going to make it work. That's it. If you don't want to be there, you're not going to be there eventually. If you're there for the wrong reasons, if you can't get what you're there for, then you out. That's the bottom line. And that's the way you know if somebody is there for you or not. It's not rocket science. It's really not. It is not rocket science. But I think people make it into something more because they want to try to force it to be what they think it should be. No, you ain't gonna never do that. Jamil, thank you for the super chat. Says 304s don't know what heresy means, DeeDee. LOL. Oh my God. Okay. Well, they gonna learn. Go look it up. What y'all got? Chat GPT, right? Go check it. Go chat GTP it and you'll get it. Thank you, Jamil. They'll go learn a new word or something. Hell. Go learn something. What's going on, Avenge the Ancestors? How are you? Yeah, so yeah, it's all about your motives. It's all about what's important to you and what you really want. Do you want a relationship with this person or not? And this goes for women and men. If a man is serious about you and he ain't trying to play no games, he there for the right reasons. He really trying to get to know you, really want to build something with you. And the woman got to be on the same page. If y'all are not on the same page, then that's when you're going to have problems. That's when you're going to run into the issues before you even get to have a long-lasting relationship, before you even get to 5, 10, 15, 20 years, before you even get there to go through the real ups and downs, y'all already done split. People don't stay in relationships long. They break up because why? When you realize you can't get what you want from this person, you out. You're like, oh, I'm tired. You get tired easily because you're not really there for that person. If he don't pay your bills and do the things you think he should, you out. Because you're like, this nigga ain't paying my bills. He ain't doing what I want. I'm out. That means you don't care deeply enough about him. You're not there for him. You're there for what he can do for you. And while, because I know we all talk about money and women being hypergamous and all this kind of stuff. And it's true. But like I said before, the only difference is if a woman really likes you, you'll know. She's not going to require all of that. She's not going to be begging for you to pay her rent on day one and pay my light bills and take care of my kids and all this kind of thing. She's not even going to want to put you through that. She's not going to even want to do that. She's going to feel weird about doing that because she likes you. If she don't like you, she don't give a damn about your feelings. She don't care about nothing. What I'm saying, nigga, can you pay my bills? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? Can you do this? And she didn't bring, well, because real men would do this. Like, this is this kind of stuff you'll get when she's only there for what she can take you, get you for. And that wears out because she's going to get tired if you won't do it. If you don't do it, she's out. That's how you know. So it wouldn't make sense. That's why I don't think it makes sense for men to do all this for these women that you barely know, that you don't even know if she's serious about you. You don't got to give her no money. You don't have to do none of that. Because she's not requiring Pookie and Ray Ray to give her anything. She's going over there to him for a specific need, and that's it. So she don't care about money. She want him to bang her down to the ground, and that's where she's going to get that from. And so that don't require money. So she's going specifically for that from him, and she don't require anything else from him. So he gets what he wants too, because he don't want a relationship with her for real either. And she's okay with that, but when it comes to you, they want you to give all your finances to her with nothing, no implication or anything of her wanting you or liking you or trying to build. They don't be trying to do that. They only want what they can get from you and anybody else. And if they got it, this is why you hear women saying, "Oh well, I need 5 dudes to give me what I want." That's some bull. That's BS. But it's BS to me, but it's real to her. Oh, I'm gonna get you to pay my rent. This one pay my car note. This one pay for my babysitter. This one pay for my nails and my hair. This one pay for the food. So you're leading all these men on, making them think that you like them in some way, because that's the only way you're going to get there. You're going to make them lead them on, make them think that you're interested in some way just so you can get what you want out of them. And the minute you can't get anything out of them, you don't want to be bothered. You don't want to be talked to. So yeah, it's very easy in this day and age, in my opinion, to distinguish a woman who's trying to use you from a woman who's really might be interested in trying to get to know you. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, so the superhead, in my opinion, whoever is listening to her in this day and age, you gotta be lost in the head. You must don't have all of your brain cells or something, because there's no way I would be sitting here taking any advice from a known 304. Like who's been with the whole of Hollywood or whoever, all the rappers and everybody that been with this lady. She's been ran through to the fullest. So why would you listen to her out of all the people? But somebody gonna listen to it, like I said, to what she's saying, thinking that is cool, and then they're gonna mess around and find out that this is not gonna lead to the ending that you think it should be leading to. And a lot of people say, "Oh, she don't look bad." No, she doesn't. That lady, she's in her 40s, if I'm not mistaken. She actually looks good. She does not look bad. She's aging well. She looks good. I ain't trying to take that away from her. She looks great. And so that has nothing to do with her mentality and how she thinks and the fact that everybody knows what she looks like on the inside. Like, no, that has nothing. What she looks like, I mean, because she still looks good, that has nothing, no bearing on her mentality. Her mentality is still the same. She's still out here talking that whole talk. And I just don't know. I don't respect it because I think, I read a little bit of her book, and it's like in that book, she was going through some things. She was talking about how the men treated her and abused her and these things and all this kind of stuff. But you still think that this is a life that you should be promoting to young women? No, I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. It's not a secret. We want to marry hoes, just a woman who isn't crazy or a killer. Okay, so that is that. So you're saying it's not a secret that men want to marry hoes, just a woman who isn't crazy or a killer. So you're saying that you would want to marry, you will be okay with marrying a hoe, a woman who's known to be a hoe. That's okay, as long as she's not crazy and she's not a killer, it will be fine. That's what you're saying. Let me know if that's what you're saying. Because, that's what I've been hearing, that men secretly want the hoes. They want those types of women who, with the big boobs, big butt, shaped up. You know what I'm saying? Pretty face, naturally curly hair, light skin. That's the type of woman that they're saying a lot of men are going for. She looks good, but she for the streets. But if she's willing to give you a turn, that most men would want to go for that. That she'll freak him up. And he'll be okay with that. But initially, some men say that, but then they want exclusivity. Then they get attached and they become like, I don't want you hoeing anymore. There's videos about it. There's movies about it. There's stuff about it, how the men say they're okay with it, but eventually they want her to change. We've seen relationships fall apart because you get with this woman who's a known hoe, and then when you get with her, you eventually you want her to change. You want her to stop hoeing because you don't like it. And that's the problem, that the hoes end up saying, oh, they had to walk away because he was getting too attached and he wanted her to stop doing what she was doing, and she made a lot of money for it. And then they'll use the example of, if he can provide for me the money that I make, because someone was making a lot of money, then she'll stop. But if he can't provide the type of money that I make while I'm doing it, they're not going to stop. So she wasn't willing to sacrifice that for the man. And that's where the relationship falls apart, because eventually the men typically want to try to change the hoe into a housewife. That's the thing. That's what ends up happening. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Most men don't know a woman's body count. Yeah, but I'm saying like a current hoe. I'm not talking about somebody who was a hoe in the past. I'm talking about one who's currently one, where she's going out hoeing, but she's so fine. She looks so good. I'm talking about currently, not the past. Yeah, most men don't know, but most men are privy to what women have told them. Now women have exposed themselves, so they let you know that you never tell a man your exact body count. So if you don't want to tell him, you already know that it's high. If a woman does not want to tell you her body, because if it's a low body count, they don't mind telling you. It's only when it's a high one where they got to make it up and lie to you. So everybody knows that most women lie about their body count because they know it makes them look bad. So you already know that. So, but we're not talking about even past hoes. We talking about currently one. Like, we know you for the streets. We know what you're doing, but you so fine and you so good, and she put it on you so good, and you just like, oh my God, I can't pass this up. So you get with it, but most men will try to change her, because once you with her, now you don't want to walk around with this known hoe. Everybody in the streets know what she's they done been with her. They know her inside outs. They done dug up in there so deep. They know everything probably more than you. Because you remember, when they hoe and they doing all kinds of stuff. You, on the other hand, you might not even get exactly what she's giving everybody else. Think about that. They're doing everything you could think of. Now, you're going to take that home as your wife. You're going to take a woman who's getting skeeted on in the face, skeeted on in the ears, and the eyes, nose, mouth, butt, front, back, front, flipped up, everything you could think about they're doing to your woman. And then she gonna come home to you, and you going to be comfortable with that? With the current, I'm saying a current hoe, not a past one, current. I don't think two men are good with that. I don't think so. That's why they want them to stop doing it when they get in a relationship with them. Blue X 22329 says a 304 for men are the equivalent of certain toys women use. Nobody takes them seriously. Exactly. That's most men, but there are some who are saying, yeah, they'll take her. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it makes for a lasting relationship. I think at some point it's going to fizzle out. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Christopher Sterling says, hell no. Oh my God. Jamil says, girl told me her body count was 50. I ran out of there like the road runner, beep, beep. Now, Jamil, if she told you 50, it's probably 100. It's probably way more than that. In her in her mind, she thought 50 was cool. That's why she told you. But to be honest, it probably was more than 50. Probably more than 50. I'm just saying. If she told you if 50 is high, if she told you 50, I'm sure it's more. But in her mind, she thought 50 would be acceptable for some reason. Thank you, Jamil. And that's crazy. So yeah. Yeah, 50. Yeah, 50 is low to a lot of these women. You have teenagers who have more body count than that. They got a young people out here who are getting it in, and they've been racked up 100 bodies before they graduate high school. I'm just saying. They don't see any problem with it. That's that empowerment thing that make the women think that it's okay to do that. And it's not. It's not okay. It's not okay. But society tells them it's okay. Oh, it's empowerment. We are no longer shamed for wanting to be hoes, basically. Because if men could do it, we could do it. No, you can't do the same thing a man. I don't condone male hoes or female. I don't condone any of it. But we gotta accept the fact that it's not the same. A woman being a hoe versus a man is different. Whether you like it or not, you're looked at differently. Because for a man to want to pick you to have exclusive relationship with you, he don't want you to bend with all those men. That's just what it is. That's why the whole, relationship, the whole being a relationship is not going to work. So yeah. Yeah, it's never going to work in my opinion. So Superhead is out here sending the wrong message to these women. And I said this before, I just think that you need to be ashamed of yourself as an old broad out here telling these young women this. That's not going to benefit them. So that's my thoughts on it. So I hear basically a lot of y'all saying, no, you don't want to do that. You're not going to wife up a hoe. Some of y'all saying, yeah, if she ain't crazy or whatever, yeah, you might. That's the chance. If that's the chance you want to take, I'm not mad. Make your choice, because, I know personally people who, tried to wife up the hoes and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out. It barely works. It rarely works out. I don't think it ever works out, honestly. Blue X says, I think you might have 2 lives going simultaneously. Yeah, there's this new thing on StreamYard where you can go live vertically and horizontally. So one goes into the vertical category, I think, for people who are on their phones. They can watch and get the experience. And then there's the regular one. So there's something new that I'm trying on StreamYard. So yeah, so it is 2. It's just one is vertical. One is vertical and one is horizontal. And I guess it's for people on their phones, I guess, so that you can see it and respond, I guess. I don't know how that fully works yet. But yeah, it is 2 Blue Eggs. Thank you for the super chat, though. I appreciate you. All right, so let's move on. I have a clip that I want to play for you guys, and I also want to get your thoughts on it. Make sure you are hitting the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Listen to this, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Here we go.
So I see a lot of y'all in my comments, y'all asking me, am I okay? To answer that, no, I'm not okay. A lot of y'all saying, oh girl, you was not wrong. I don't feel like I was wrong either. But to anybody who may be confused, there's a video going around of my fiance pulling up on me. I was at the graveyard visiting my ex. He's dead. He's deceased, no longer roaming the earth. My fiance, which I did forget he had my location, pulls up on me and crashes out. But his reaction, like what y'all seen on camera, like him reacting like that, that is the reason I told him I'd be in my mom's, because I knew he would react like that. And I just wanted to grieve in peace. But
so for a little context, so yes, the Bonnet Crew Society members of the Sisterhood Traveling Pants is out and in full effect. So, oh my God. So she's talking about grieving her ex. So I didn't find the other video. I don't know if it was removed, taken down, or whatever, but there's a video going around of her at the gravesite mourning her ex-boyfriend. And her current boyfriend came to the scene and was like, "What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?" And she was like, she was grieving over him and she was doing all this for him. And the current fiance got mad. And so he called off their wedding because he's like, there's no way we get married if you're out here grieving behind your ex like this. That means you may still be in love with him. So she's responding to that, saying, she's responding to that. Let's continue.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't talked to him since that moment in the graveyard. He won't answer my calls. He haven't been by the house. Nothing. And I'm dealing because I have no choice but to deal and be okay. But I don't like the fact that he feel like it was okay to act like that. Especially over someone that, that's deceased. Like, why are you so pressed about a dead person? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, why are you so pressed about somebody that's dead and gone? Somebody that's no longer roaming the earth. Like, he acted like I was somewhere just laying up with somebody. Like, I just feel like he just overreacted, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not.
Yeah, but see, this is the difference between women and men, and how women don't understand men. Girl, the fact that you out here, the girl had a sheet down like she was at a picnic at the man gravesite, grieving over him not being here while you're engaged to somebody else. What that signifies to the man is that you're not over this cat. Yeah, he's no longer roaming the earth. He's no longer here, but you must still secretly be in love with him. You must still love him. And you have to be mindful of, your fiance. Like you shouldn't be out here at the gravesite camped up crying over this man like you wish he was back. You really, if he was there, you would want to be with him and not the fiance. Like, you got to consider him. Me and my husband used to have this conversation about what's her name? Lisa Marie Presley at the time, where she was married to this new guy, which she's no longer here. And she was married to him, and I think they weren't together before she passed away. She was grieving over Michael, still going and doing all this stuff, and that was causing a rift in their relationship. And I'm just like, my husband was like, "No, hell no, you're not gonna be sitting here grieving over some man while I'm right in front of you." Like, I don't think women get it. They just think, oh, it's okay to do that, but that's unacceptable. Men don't want to sit back and watch their woman crying, boohoo, snot nose crying over some other man, whether he's dead or alive. And rest in peace, and shout out to to the man. No disrespect to the dead, but you got to consider your man that's here. Like, he's here. He's you engaged. Y'all gonna get married. What, you got to consider his feelings. Like, that is disrespectful. That you sitting up here crying and going over here boohooing. You gonna count on you gonna be doing that? He wasn't out your sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to consider your person, and they don't get it. Yeah, I think it's very disrespectful. Let's continue.
I'm not like, I don't know, y'all. And also, I see a lot of y'all finding it funny, saying, "Oh yeah, the wedding is off, and your fiance, da, 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 da." Stop it, please. Just stop it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the wedding might be off, or whatever the situation may be, but it's not funny. It's not funny. Like, it's not funny. I was just grieving, and I feel like what I did was okay. If I'm wrong, hey, God, right me.
Girl,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I do feel like, hey, maybe I should have been honest. But like I said, when y'all see him pulled up and y'all see him crashing out, I knew that he would react like that. I knew that. I knew he would react like that. So that's why I didn't tell him.
So she was sneaking around doing that. And if you knew he was going to react a certain way, why do it in the first place? That's the whole point of knowing who you're dealing with. If you knew he would not like that, why would you do it? Why would you still do it? If you knew he was going to act a fool, you hid it from him, then he found out, And who said it was giving skit? It could have been successful MD, because you know they do that a lot too. But even this kind of stuff really happens. Like somebody pointed out about Trina Braxton. Yeah, it happens. It happens in real life. So whether it was a skit or not, this stuff still happens. And a lot of women don't see anything wrong with their behavior. That's the thing. A lot of women are delusional because it's stuff that they want to do. They feel like because we're always in our feelings, is they feel like it's okay. Oh, there's nothing wrong. Well, you shouldn't be mad about it. Why would you? We always try to justify somebody else's feelings, but we want everybody to understand ours, right? We want our feelings to be heard and understood, but you don't want to hear and understand somebody else's feelings or thoughts or whatever. It's interesting. Because as women, we want to do what we want to do, and we want everybody to understand it and understand our plight. But you don't ever want to understand a man's plight or where he's coming from, or even try to accept what he's saying and understand it and listen to what he's saying. But you want everybody to listen to you and do everything that you want just on GP. Like, because you're a woman and you have a vagina, you just get everything you want. Oh my God. That's an old concept. And I think it's one that needs to be done away with. You got to understand, you don't get no privileges here. Y'all want it to be equal as men. Well, understand a man. You want to be understood, you got to understand him back. Like, you can't just do whatever you want and justify it. And then because most women, if a man did the same thing, oh my God, y'all, if a man was out somewhere sneaking and geeking and didn't tell you, and you follow his location or whatever, and you catch him at the gravesite mourning, crying, oh Lord, I mentioned to some chick, his ex, all these women be ready to beat him up. They would crash out. They wouldn't accept the things that they do. They wouldn't even accept you doing it. That's the problem. She would be crashing out. She would be screaming, making a scene. She would be pissed. She would not like it at all. If a man was over here crying about his ex, what? Most women know it's true. Women, they would be, oh, hell no. They would lose their minds. You crying over, the first thing they're going to say, and I'm going to tell you right now, you crying over some B, and they don't care if it was your ex-wife, your ex-girl. They don't give a damn if she died tragically. They don't care. They don't care. She will be, you crying over some B. Who you think I am? And this and that. Now you understand it. Who do you think I am? Because you feel stupid that your current man is out here crying over somebody who's no longer here. Now you would understand it if it was being done to you, but when you do it, oh, he's supposed to just understand that and be okay with it? Oh my God. And women know it. They know they wouldn't like it. The stuff a lot of women do, they would not accept it from a man. And then it would justify you. The justifications to your face is insane. They will come up with every reasoning in the world to tell you why it's acceptable and try to make a distinction between them doing it versus you doing it. Like, why it's acceptable when they do it and why it's unacceptable when you do it. Oh, they will do it. That's the insanity. That's the insane part that you see that women do. And I'm just saying, if I was a man knowing the nature of women, some of this stuff, you just got to sit back and think to yourself, well, damn, where do these women come from? Like, as y'all, men, how do y'all do it? Like, how? Because I know y'all got to be sitting there looking, especially if it's somebody that you with and you care about, and the justification they make right in front of your face and tell you this stuff, you know it's foolishness. You know that this is some bull. But some men just say whatever and just move on. But y'all, I know y'all got to be like, they batshit crazy. Like, come on now. I know y'all, in y'all mind, y'all men don't talk as much, but boy, if I could pick y'all brain and really be like, get down, and I know a little bit. So it's like, I know y'all got to be like, damn. And you wonder why men got to go off and get some time to themselves sometimes. Like, y'all got to go off and collect y'all thoughts, because y'all be like, damn, this chick is insane. Like, I know y'all be saying that to yourself. And she's, but you know what? I love her, but she's batshit crazy. Like, y'all got to really go, like, think about, some men might got to go take a little smoke or something. Like, you got to clear your head. Like, damn, like, y'all don't get, like, y'all gotta, I know most men are like you gotta, like, damn, you gotta process some stuff or either walk away or what, you gotta decide. Cause these women could really spin your head around if you're not careful. I'm just saying. They'll spin your head completely around if you let them. Leave you looking like what the hell? Like what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Ezel Kenny, thank you for the super chat. Says Jada Pinkett isn't over Tupac and she has no respect for Will. Exactly. And we saw that in plain day. Plain sight. We saw how she disrespected that man. We watched it play out on that Red Table Talk. How she disrespected him for sure. Oh my God. Thank you, Ezel, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. You learn to drown the noise, Dee. That's crazy. That's crazy that y'all even have to do that. But I get it. That's why we have the highest rate of suicides. Look, and Lorenzo, that brings me back to I did a video on this woman. What was her name? Oh my God. And somebody told me Nora Vincent. Somebody told me about that lady who disguised herself as a man. Her name was Nora Vincent. She was 53 years old when she died. And she died via assisted suicide at a place in Switzerland. Now, the funny thing about this woman, this is what I say, women can't be a man. You think you're equal to a man and you're not. And I might do a follow-up on that because I thought that was crazy. I didn't know the lady died. I didn't know she died. Then they brought it to my attention that the lady, she basically had herself unalived. They did what they called assisted suicide. And the lady, this was all we can assume. They're saying they're not sure it was as a result from her disguising herself as a man, but the woman did that and she had to admit herself into a crazy place because she was having mental issues. She couldn't do it. It affected her life drastically. And then eventually she wanted to be out of here. But this goes to show you a lot of mental strain and stress that men go through that women can't even understand because you cannot fathom what goes on in a man's head and what men go through out here as men. That is not something that we can relate to because we are women. It's a different world for us. Now, there are certain set of things that we go through as women, but it's totally different from what men go through and what men experience. So this is why, I always say it's very important and key for women to understand the plight of a man, that it's not easy being a man. And we say the same thing. It's not easy being a woman because of the physical changes we got to go through and things we go through, but it's still not the same as what men go through. We don't know. Most women don't know what men go through. You don't know their mentality and you don't know the stresses and all the things that they have to, and I say this too, and then we're going to move on. If a man has the weight of the world on his shoulders, right? If he has to be expected to take care of people and always have things right and have all these things, he has to level up in every area. There's no leeway. There's no excuses for a man. He always has to be on point. You don't think just using your brain and educated brains that a lot of women have, since they're the most educated, you would think that Black women, I'm speaking on Black women because I'm Black and it's our community, that they would understand that and understand, where men are coming from and empathize at least with that. And would be willing to work with them and understand them and not be so judgmental and harsh on them. This idea that the men got to be the protectors, they know that. It's a lot of pressure on them to be that and do that. And it's not that easy. Women speak sometimes as if, money just could fall off the trees. Oh, money is just this easy. Oh, men should be able to make, $250,000. That's just easy. They make it seem like everything is just easy for a man when it's not even easy for them. As easy as they would like it to be. You can't just manifest $250,000 as a woman because more women would have it. But you think for a man, just easy. Just get on your phone and just make it. Like, it's just crazy, and a lot of times I think, like I said too, as women, we talk and we say things, we don't know what the hell we be talking about. That's just the truth. We don't be knowing what we be talking about. We just be talking and we push that and then, just act as if this is just what it's supposed to be. And it's not. And so it's just a sad situation to see. And especially in this particular case, this woman couldn't even live. She had an experience as, pretending to be a man, and it took her out of here. She couldn't even last. It messed up her mental so bad. She wanted to be out of here. And so it's no wonder why those rates are so high amongst men because look what y'all got to go through. And then a woman who pretended to be a man did the same thing. This is something that needs to be talked about and it needs to be talked about over social media, but you don't hear too many people talk about it because once again, you don't want to hear the plight of men. You don't want to hear what men go through. It's all about women, what we feel and what we go through and what we want and what we not going to do and what you should do for us. And it's always about what you should do for us, but never what you should do for a man and what men actually go through. I think that's a problem. It's a problem. That's why women are so entitled because we think the man always owes us something and we always supposed to. No, I just think we need to like kind of investigate that and start trying to change that narrative so that women will understand. Listen, as much as you want and expect certain things from a man, that you should know that he may want and expect certain things from you. It's supposed to be give and take. That's what the working together is all about. Not just you thinking that you're center of attention and you're sitting on your throne and everything just supposed to be given to you. And he's just supposed to sit back and just sit there and just, that's what you're supposed to do as a man. And that's just that. I think we got to change that because I don't think that that's fair and I don't think it's right. Mr. Kendrick 82, thank you for the super chat, says modern women are narcissists and a narcissist mind, in a narcissist's mind, it's impossible for them to see anything wrong with anything they've done. That's true. That's true. And that's why I say you got to become self-aware. Like, look at yourself. Stop looking over there. Look at you. Because you, a lot of times, are the problem. And they don't want to do that. And when you start focusing on them and their nature and why they could be a problem or aiding the problem, they get mad because you're not ready to accept it. That's absolutely factual. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. They don't care about men. Even in Marvel movies and comics, Superman has to go to a place of solitude away from Lois and the rest of the world. I mean, you have to because you would lose your mind dealing with women. Because we're all over women are all over the place. I know it. We're all over the place mentally, and we project that onto men. You think they need to be all over the place mentally. That's why it's not good to deal with a woman who's that way because she will take away your peace. She will strip you of your peace and your joy and have you losing your damn mind. You can't let anybody do that to you. And women don't understand a man who is not toxic. They don't understand a man who's at peace with himself and he doesn't react to these their toxic nature, and he does not. You can't get a rise. Women don't like when they can't get a rise out of you. When they can't get a rise out of a man, when they try and they attempt to do all the crazy shit that they do, and the man just, calm and he's not giving you what you, that pisses women off for some reason. They hate to see a man who's in control of his emotions. Even though they talk that about, emotional intelligence, they don't want that. Most women don't like when a man is calm. When she can't yell and scream and start getting her way and he's just calm about it or he just walk away and leave. That's why they come behind you. You ever notice you ever been in an argument with a woman and you don't yell back at her and you don't play her games and you get your stuff and you start walking off? Where you going? They'll run behind you and chase you down. Why? Because they hate the fact that you're walking away. And men are told to walk away. But when they walk away, what happens? She come behind you. She come chasing behind you. Because she wants you to engage in the foolery. She wants you to rise to her toxic level so that she can turn around and use it against you. Because when men do that and you get aggressive and you get back in her face with her, you end up the police called and now you're in jail and she gets a rise out of that. They like that because it gives them an advantage. But when you are calm and you're cool and you walk away, they don't like it because now you take away that authority that they think they have. You take away that their ability to make you into what they say you are. You take away their ability to call you, to make you the problem, even though we know that she's the problem, but she wanted to look like you're the problem. So when you walk away, you remove that ability for her to pin you as the bad guy because you're removing yourself from the toxicity. So she going to be mad and start punching. You leave, she's still pissed and mad. And that's where they start trying to make up stuff. But if you do it the right way, she going to be pissed. She's going to be mad. Because you didn't give her what she wanted. And that was to get a rise out of you so she can see you locked up in jail or whatever. And she can brag and laugh about it in the aftermath. So yeah, it's just crazy. But that's what it is. Gaslighting and provoking. Exactly, Successful MD. It really is. And so, attention is your biggest currency. Yeah, they want that attention. They need it. They crave it. But this is why I'm going to constantly go back to projection, because I believe it wholeheartedly that a lot of women are projecting. They're the narcissists. They're the abusers. They're a lot of these things. This is why they projected it onto you. They know good and well that they've abused a man in their life at some point, and they know that they've had this narcissistic behavior, and they know that they do these things, but they're projecting it onto you. And this is why they try to provoke you. This is why when they doing it to you, they try to get you to do it back. So then it'll in turn prove that that's what you are, because everybody is looking at the man to screw up. They don't care about the women screwing up. They ignore that. Oh, because she's a woman. She's so fragile, and she's so, oh my God. A lot of these women will knock you in the head and knock you out. They're not as fragile. Physically, yeah, you're not stronger than a man, but these women will do things to you and get away with it, because as a woman, we supposed to be, we don't know how to do nothing. Like, women don't commit crimes and set men up and bash men in the head and poison them and do all these. Like, women don't do that. Come on now. We may not be as physically stronger than y'all, but there are things that women do that could take you out of here. I'm just saying. There are things that I'm just saying. You got to be careful, because women, they may not be physically stronger, but they'll do some other stuff. So, we're not as innocent and as fragile as they want you to think that they are. Because remember, the black man, we talking about black people. The black man is painted as the villain all the time, no matter what the woman does. She could be the villain disguised as the good one, but you gonna always be the villain, and that's why they try to provoke you, to show, oh, she could antagonize you for weeks, do all kind of stuff to you, and you don't say anything. And the minute you do, oh, you the villain, straight up, and always has been. That's why that's dangerous. That's why you don't give attention to those types of women. That's why you walk away. That's why you don't do it. Because no matter if you're a good guy, a bad guy, whatever, it's all the same. If that's just my take on it. That's just my take on it. But anyway, let's move on. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button, please. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Let's move on. I want to move on from her, and I want to go to this next clip. I don't know if I played this one or not, but we're gonna play it again, child. Here we go.
I'm stuck on the side of the highway with a flat tire in a thunderstorm. I said, I'm not gonna call my sister first. My sister always come through. I'm gonna call one of these guys. I'm gonna call one of these guys to come help. It hurt my ego to say the responses. I'm not even gonna hold you. It does hurt my ego. One said, I'm not a tire shop. Two said, it's raining too hard. Three didn't answer. One guy asked if I was okay. One guy asked if someone's coming to help me. One person showed basic empathy. Make them lonelier.
So what's your thoughts on this? So it says roster fell. Her 4-man roster left her stranded in the rain. What's your thoughts on this? This is why I say this whole roster stuff is just not it. A lot of these women talk about having a roster, having a man to do this and do that, and all these and this, that, and the third. And a lot of times, it don't really work out for them. A lot of times it don't work out for them. And I mean, what can you do? This is not these men are not exclusive to you. They're not, they're not your man, that you just get a turn with them. They're not, they're not yours. So if you call them to do something, if it's outside of the realm of, just, dipping in and doing it, they're not obligated to do anything for you. They're there to get a good time out of you. That's it. They're not there to do nothing to help you out. Cause that's not what you're about. So my thing is this: how can you get mad at a man who is not exclusively yours, and you never required exclusivity, you were just there for the D. That's what they say. We just trying to get to the D. This is your D roster. This is your roster of men that you can go to have a good time. This is not men that are there for you to help you out and do things when you need, show up for you when you need help. No, that's what y'all learning. These men are here to do things, to take care of you. They there for a good time because that's what you offering. You're offering a good time. That's what you're there for. So you can't just automatically expect that, oh, we're sleeping together, so I should be able to call. This is what they tell you, though. This is what they learn. This is what they tell you, girl. If you sleeping with a nigga, girl, you better get some money out of him. That's what they tell you, right? If you sleeping with a nigga, you better get him to pay your rent. You better get him to pay this. You better get him to do this. Okay, so that's what they try to do. And some women have been able to get that out of a man here and there. I don't think that, unless y'all had some other arrangements. But a lot of these women are told, girl, you sleeping with a man, but y'all sleep with him and you keep doing it. And then you start asking them for rent money or something on it or something. And then when they say, I ain't got it, you feel stupid. Oh my God. You never said in the beginning, you know what? If that's why they're doing it now. That's why there's 304 talk. They out here telling you, baby, this is what it's going to cost if you want to be with me. You might as well do that. Set your price. Because that's what that is. You're expecting financial gain out of a man for giving him your body. But y'all are giving each other your body. So that's what they got to learn too, which I've heard somebody said, and it's the truth. Y'all, it's an even exchange. You're getting something out of it. He gets some out of it. There's this assumption that when women give their bodies to a man that they're not getting anything, that is not enjoyable to them. That's a lie. It's enjoyable to you too. You wanted the D, you got the D. If it was good D, you go get some more. I hear women talk about it all the time. I've heard women talk, girl, oh my God, he good. So you keep going back. So just because you keep going back, why? Because you enjoy that, right? And so you keep going back. And then on the fourth, fifth time you back, you realize somebody told, girl, you should be girl, if you're gonna be out here with these men, girl, you better get something out of them, right? So fifth time, sixth time, now you done gave it all to him, however he wanted it, and now you're like, oh, can you help me pay my rent? And you're expecting it because you're like, I done gave it to him all these times, but you liked it, you enjoyed it, he enjoyed it, hopefully. And now you're like, oh, because somebody told you got to get money out. No, y'all, it was an even exchange, but now you think he owes you something, and he really does not. That's the real gag. Y'all be out here and y'all just be putting yourself out here. You're not realizing y'all. It was an even exchange. Now you think, but he don't owe you nothing. So when you call and say, "Hey, I need money for this. Can you give me this? Can you give me that?" He said, "Oh, I ain't got it." Now you feeling stupid, like he got it, just don't want to give it to you. Well, you don't have to. There's no obligation to give you anything. Oh, can you help me? Oh, he like, well, damn, you can't call one of because. These men assume that if you're doing this with them, you're doing it with somebody else, I'm sure. Y'all are not exclusive, so you're doing it with somebody else. So they like, well, you can call somebody else. You ain't got nobody else on that roster that you could call? Because they don't take you seriously. You're not their woman. You for the streets. So why would he? So this is what happens. This is the risk that you take when you go out there being a 304. This is the risk that you run into. You got to understand it. If you want to put yourself out there like that, guess what? These men are not obligated to you. These men are not with you because they want to be with you. They're there because they only want sex from you, and that's it. It's a difference. He don't want you for a real relationship. He wants you for just what you allowing him to get from you, and that's it. When he realized, oh, this is what okay. And that's it. So now you're in a category, women aren't the only ones who put men in a category. Men put y'all in categories too. So you're in a category, oh, okay, just good time girl or whatever. Late at night or hide her. You don't want to be seen with her. Just you going there because that's what you want. And that's it. And she's okay with it. Y'all okay with it. Y'all thought y'all had a mutual agreement. An unspoken mutual agreement. That's what it is. So you can't expect them to come to your aid when you really need some type of help. No, they like, oh, she need, oh, no, I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing all that. I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho. I'm not getting involved because if I do it once, then she going to expect me to do it again. And they don't have that kind of time for you. The only time you get is the time that you allowed. And that's getting to the D. And that's it. When you call him up for that and he got the time, boom, let's time, place, where, whatever. Boom, that's it. Nothing outside of that. So that's the risk that you run when you do that. Y'all got to understand that, hey, it's an equal transaction. He don't owe you no money for your body. You unless you specify up front, hey, if you want to ride this ride, this is what it's gonna cost you. And then he could decide if he want to pay that cost. And if he does, he understands the agreement now. Hey, this is what she charged, this is what she do, and that is it. So you wouldn't be asking him for nothing outside of that because he knows this is just what it is. And she knows, see. Some of these women don't know what they're getting themselves into. They just assume that it's supposed to be that way. You can't assume. You know what happens when you do that, right? So you can't assume. You got to know what it is. This is why men are saying now, y'all might as well just put your price out there. Stop just expecting men to give you. You might as well start telling them, hey, it costs this to be with me. If you want to ride this ride, this is $50. Here we go. Let them know. And they can make a decision for themselves if they want to do that or not. So that's a lesson that you got to learn when you're putting yourself out here. Y'all got to learn that lesson. Or you're going to be feeling some kind of way because she felt some kind of way. She thought at least, they would want to help her, but no, don't have to. They don't have to. Let's move on, y'all. Here we go.
Beautiful women in the DMV. There are. They're like an abundance. They also look good on paper. Good job. They educated, but some of them are just losers. They have loser personalities. They're goofy. They're weird bitches. Every bitch that look good and got a good job is not a real bitch. Some bitches are just weird. Some bitches are dumb. Some bitches are goofy. Some bitches are losers, and they do loser bitch shit.
I don't know who it is, but she's taking your ass through that, bitch.
You don't got to worry about the looks. Bitches from around here look good. Got a degree. Got a good job. They work in tech. That's cool. Common sense, 0. Personality, stupid. Okay? Decision making, F. Okay? And they're losers and they're goofies. Okay? Just avoid them.
So what do you think about what she said? And once again, that's the truth. And that's something that a lot of women don't want to hear. And I'm pretty sure women listen to that, they're gonna automatically get offended. Because it's like, what are you saying? Because it's the perception is that all women are smart, all women are just 10s, all women are just so great. And that's just not the truth. It's not the truth. Once again, you could be beautiful, but be dumb as hell. Like have no understanding, no comprehension whatsoever. You don't know how to decipher right from wrong. You can't get yourself out of a tough situation. It's a lot of things that you have to consider. And I just think it's just crazy that in this day and age, you have so many women out here making it seem like all women are just so great and they're all 10s and they all this, when we know that's not true. We talked about this the last time. A lot of them have no personality, no nothing. You just sitting there, just pretty, just sitting there pretty, and that's it. But you think somebody's supposed to be fawning all over you and coming out? Yeah, you're lacking in a lot of areas, and it goes back to what I talk about the degrees. Kudos to you if you have a degree and you're successful and all that, but that still doesn't make you the best person ever. It doesn't. It doesn't make you the best person ever. It really does not. You just got a degree. You could get you a good job or make a business and get some money. And that's that. Getting money doesn't make you the best person. Making money doesn't make you a great person. It just doesn't, unless you use that money and went to charm school and learn how to have a personality or learn how to some things or whatever to make yourself better. But other than that, just going to college don't make you the best person ever. I don't know where they get that from. Jamil says, facts, DMV area is the black boss babe capital. Wow. Yeah, but I mean, so, and what that means, what? Like, yeah, they boss babes and they think they run the world and they think they just so smart and so this and so that. It does, because it's just a name y'all made up for yourself. Boss babes, boss chicks, and don't be a boss of not a goddamn thing. Like, y'all don't be bosses of nothing. And even if you are, okay, cool. If that's what you enjoy, that's what you do, I'm for it. But it doesn't make you the end all, the know all of everything. Like, that is stupid to me. Thank you, Jamil. It just doesn't make sense. You don't know everything just because you got a degree. I said, I have a degree. And I wished I wouldn't have got it, to be honest. I wished I would have saved them coins because I don't even use it. You know what I'm saying? It's that It's that indoctrination. It's that, to make you think that as a woman, oh my God, you have to go have a degree and all that. It's just to keep you in debt. If I could change the clock back, I would not even have gotten that degree. Because I don't even, it's not even in use, and it's just a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion. Now, maybe I learned a little something from it, or maybe I got something from it, but for with the cost of it, no. I could have just went online to Amazon and got some books and read some books. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see it. And there's no way in the world I would be sitting here thinking, oh, you're some dusties, and I could never, you can't approach me because I got a bachelor's degree. That's so dumb. Why would you sit up here and think that you're better than everybody because you got a bachelor's or a master's degree? And oh my God, you're beneath me. Like, that'd be dumb as hell. Like, hell no, it don't work like that. But a lot of them think like that, though. A lot of women think like that, and it just doesn't make any sense. Sandra Faye says, sis, me too. That degree was a lot of debt for very little. I use mine, but I think I could have found a different career without it. Exactly. I'm like, dang, it doesn't make it. And, and a lot of women, not all women, remember, y'all, if it don't apply, let it fly. But a lot of women that I see, they use these degrees as some measure to say that they're better than men or better than anybody. And I'm just like, no. And then, and then my thing is too, if you're out here and you're looking for a man to completely take care of you, like you want to be a housewife, you want to be pampered and all this, why would you need a degree in the first place? And that's where I'm at with it. I've been a housewife for over 20 years at home, got the degree and never used it. Now, maybe it's something I can have in my back pocket if one day I need to go out and get a job. Maybe, and that would be great. But what I'm saying is, like, it's not all what it's cracked up to be. And I'm not discouraging people from going to college. If you want to go to college and get a degree that's going to give you a way to get a job to take care of yourself, I'm all for it. I'm not totally against it. But what I'm saying, to weaponize it or use it as somehow you're better, because this is what I see. Oh, I did one of those body cam videos where the lady was talking about, I'm a teacher, I have a criminal justice degree and all this. I know it's like, it's a way to use it as a way to grandstand or think that you're supposed to get some better treatment because you went to school. And that's why I think you're using it wrong. And and it doesn't mean that you know everything. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't give you, it don't mean you all of a sudden become this scholar at life and relationships and everything. Like, no, you went to school for that. Half the people who go to school for that, you still don't know nothing about whatever you went to school for. A lot of them just cheated their way through and they really still don't know what they're talking about. So, I mean, that's just annoying right there. You can pass with C's and D's, educated as being right. Hell, I mean, yeah. Do the bare minimum just to get through. Exactly. It's insane to me, baby. Jamil 843 says, Black women have been duped by feminism. Of course. And we've talked about that plenty of times. Yeah, plenty of times. Thank you, Jamil, for the super chat. DeeDee, I'm going to exit for a bit, going to take some pictures of this wonderful Jamaican meal I made. Okay. Send me a picture. I love to see people cooking good food or making good food. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so this was crazy. But I agree with what she's saying too. A lot of boss babes on paper, a lot of cute women in person, but they really she said they'd be losers. A lot of them do be, because they're leading with their accolades and their beauty and thinking that that's the only thing that matters when it doesn't. You have to, what type of person are you? You know what I mean? Do you have any personality? Like, are you a good person? Like, things of that nature. When I say good, I mean, just look, treat people the way you want to be treated. Are you a nasty, stuck up person? Like, do you know how to talk to people? Like, this is where I always say this, because listen, and I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute, but I always say this, your personality can take you far. Being a nice person to people can take you far. It's just not about how you look on the outside and what kind of your education status is. It's about who you are as a person deep down. Are you a caring person? I'm not saying you got to run out and do everything for everybody, but what I'm saying is just treat people the way you want to be treated. That's all. Like, it's not about whether and not judge people and treat people based off of, y'all disagreements. If I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. That's where it stops. I don't know, especially if I'm dealing, if I'm dealing, whoever I'm dealing with, honestly, if I'm dealing with you or talking to you or having a conversation, we could agree to disagree. I'm not going to hold that against you. It's not a personal thing. I don't take it personally. I can still have a conversation with you. We could hang out, have a good time and laugh and stuff, but we don't always have to agree. You know what I'm saying? And I think people take it too personally and they internalize what people saying because it hit a nerve. And they just don't like folks, And on social media, you see that a lot. People don't like each other just because they have differences. And because you said something I don't agree with, I don't agree with it, and that's cool. Let's leave it there. I don't have to go home with you at night. At the end of the day, I don't have to talk to you after this, but I can respect your opinion and I could respectfully disagree or agree, whatever. It doesn't go past that. I don't look at you as, oh, I can't stand you. I can't stand your guts because we don't agree. It's like, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. I want to play this last clip, and I know y'all probably tired of it, but I got to put this Kendra G one in here because I want to react to it. So y'all let me know. Make sure you are hitting the like button, you guys. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Also support the channel via Cash App or Super Chat to support the channel, y'all. Make sure you are doing that as well. But I want to get into this one here. I want to get y'all thoughts on it. So make sure you chime in the chat. All right, let's get into it. Here we go.
Oh, we got Pink here. What's happening, baby?
Wait, I don't know what to do. Wait. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh,
I can see you too.
Hi. Oh my God, I came from Instagram. I had to catch you.
Okay. How do I pronounce your name, love?
It's Quee.
Quee.
Yes.
Quee, what you doing with your pants, Quee? What's going on?
No, I was buttoning my pants. I'm sorry.
Okay. Quee, where you calling me from, love?
Chicago.
Oh, God, we just had a guy from Chicago. How old are you?
I am 30.
30, and what you do for a living?
I am in school for CNA, and I work at the liquor store.
In the liquor store. Okay. You have any kids?
Yes, I have 5 kids.
You're 30?
Yes.
You have 5 kids?
Yes.
How old are your 5 kids?
Okay, you guys ready? I have a 9-year-old, I have a 6-year-old, I have a 3-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, and I have an 11-month-old.
By how many men?
1.
Well, why are you talking to me? Because you should be talking to him.
I don't want him.
Girl, you got 5 kids by him. You need to make it do what it do.
No, it's over. Like it's
Well, listen. Well, why'd you have 5 kids with a man? You got an 11-month-old, a 2-year-old, 3-year-old. So you have 3 kids within the last 5 years. There was no signs you wasn't want to be with him for life.
That's like my high school sweetheart, and so it's like I don't know. I had to learn. Within it took the last kid for me to learn.
What happened with the last kid? What lesson did you learn with the last kid?
Well, he left me all pregnancies, and it's like after I had the baby, he came back around and was like, "Oh, let's be a family." And so the last kid, I told him like, if this doesn't work, I'm done. I'm gonna abort it. I couldn't abort it. I love kids, and so I just left them.
Your house is very quiet to have 5 kids.
They're asleep, actually. Well, one is.
I spoke too soon. But wait, real quick. So you're saying every time you were pregnant, he left?
Yes. So
okay.
Every time I was pregnant, he was absent. He went AWOL. We did like the first 3 months together, doctor's appointments and stuff, and then he went AWOL.
Well, why did you keep getting pregnant by a man that left you every time you was pregnant?
I didn't. Okay, so it's like a learning thing. Like I'm a Cancer. I'm big on love, and so it's like,
girl, stop. This, that shit with the Cancer that rubs me the wrong way. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to cuss, but that is what being a Cancer got to do with you being dumb? What that mean? Like if you pregnant for a dude and he leaves you during the pregnancy. And he goes AWOL, he doesn't show up. What makes you think that's going to be a good? First off, you should have vetted the person. Listen, and y'all, I am not I do have compassion for people. And I know sometimes it may not sound like it, but I have compassion for folks. But when you see so much of this, it doesn't make any sense. So you had a baby for a man. I don't care if you was your high school sweetheart. I don't care who. And every time you got pregnant, he left. In the midst of the pregnancy, he left. So when did he show back up? He showed up when? So he was gone for a long time, and then you just accepted him back with open arms. And even if he begged, baby, please, pretty please, come back to me, and you took him back, right? Okay, you realize that now this is sketchy. He's on some shit. And you go and you go have another baby with him. I wouldn't have had no another baby with him. That's for sure. That there's contraception. There's ways to not have babies if you don't want them. Why would you go and have a baby with a person who's sketchy and who's not responsible? Because that shows that he is irresponsible, that he would leave you while you're pregnant. This is your man, right? Or were y'all really together? Because see, these stories are always one-sided. We don't get to hear the other side. Were y'all really together? Was it really a high school sweetheart? Or was it just somebody you was screwing? Because what? Come on, if y'all together, he just said, "Oh, she pregnant, I'm out." Like, and he left, and then he came back. He came back all them times for you to have 5 kids with him. Are all those kids really for him? Those are the questions that I would have. So each time you get pregnant for him, you just leave. And you keep taking him back. How much? These are the educated women. What's in your brain that's not clicking that you can? And why not wrap it up? And why not use contraception? I mean, hell. You should have that on lock. You should have that right there. Hey, they got the plan B. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. They got the pill. They got the patch. They got all this stuff that you could use. Why not use it so you won't get another baby for him? So that you can, if you did take him back and give him a chance, watch what he do from this point on. Is he going to disappear again? Will he disappear? You keep disappearing. It's time for you to move on. And at least you don't have all those kids with a person who plays this disappearing act every time. How much learning does it take? How many babies does it take for you to realize he's irresponsible? But at this point, y'all both irresponsible. Let's continue.
It took the last kid for me to actually realize this man doesn't care about you. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Okay,
have you ever heard of condoms?
Right.
I have.
Wait. One more question.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of birth control?
Yes, I was on birth control. I actually got pregnant with my first on birth control.
Ooh, child. I guess he got some strong sperm.
No, I'm just fertile.
Okay, so there's no way so you can't work it out with the man.
I can't work it out with that man, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you. They're gonna talk about you on these internet streets.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
So it's one thing to have 5 kids. Okay, that's one category. But then you have an 11-month-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old. You have 3 kids under the age of 5. So what kind of man are you looking for? Quay?
Quay.
What kind of man are you looking for, Quay?
Just an honest and straightforward man, someone that knows what he wants in life, someone that knows what he wants within women. Just someone that has his head on straight.
Girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your deal breakers?
I don't really have any deal breakers. After my kid's father, I was in relationships. And so I've had the worst of the worst man. Not too old. I don't really like old. No other man. I'm not willing to take care of another man. My last relationship, I just took care of a man. So someone that has like their head on straight, at least, a house or car, something going for themselves,
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No, just not like too big. Like Will, he was like nice. He was a nice size.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
No.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra cam.
Can you see me?
Okay, all right. Do you want more kids?
Yes.
You do want more kids?
Yes, I love kids.
So could he have kids already, or you want to give birth to more kids?
Yes, he can have kids.
Okay. All right. When was your last relationship?
2 months ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
2 months ago.
2 months ago. 3 flaws you have to work on.
My attitude is one. Just being open to things that people have going on in their life. So when I say that, basically meaning like people have other important people in their life. I don't revolve around their life. I have to understand that. Another flaw. I don't really think I have another flaw. Just those two.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm an awesome girlfriend. Like really the mother type. I'm a Cancer, and so I can cook, clean. I can handle my own. I'm a very good girlfriend. Sexually, whatever.
Okay. Let me say this to you, Quay. I actually like you because I'm a female, but it ain't for me to like you. It's for the men to like you.
Yeah.
You have a joy to you, though. You really do have a joy to you, though. And you didn't have, honestly, you didn't have that many requirements. You want more kids, so he can have kids. You don't care if you don't have no kids. You're willing to give him a kid. You don't care how much money he makes. You also don't care how he looks either, right?
Not too big. Attractive, of course. I think that's my biggest problem, going for the men that are attractive or responding to me.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's do it. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
Kendra, oh my God. So I just found out that you had this app. I didn't even know you had an app. I didn't.
Okay. Well, that would be.
Well, I will say she doesn't have an attitude. You know what I mean? Like, cause some of them be ready to, clap back. At least she doesn't have an attitude. I don't know what y'all think. She might be somebody you could work with. Are y'all willing to work with her? Is any man in the chat who would be willing to work with her? Like, what y'all, even though she got the 5 kids, would you be willing to work with her? I'm just asking, like, what y'all, because she seemed decent. I mean, she just maybe lost her way. Maybe she, she learned. Like she said, she had to learn. Would y'all give her a shot? Would y'all give her a chance? She said, look, sexually, she down. She's a good girlfriend. She might be, she don't seem combative, at least. I'll give her that. If she changed the hair color, you know what I'm saying? And like really get it together. She ain't ugly. I don't think she's ugly either. She just need to change that hair color and, shape her up a little bit. Would y'all give her a chance? Would any of y'all give her a chance? Like, don't worry about the kids. Don't worry about the kids. Oh my God. Don't worry about the kids. Come on. Can y'all do it? Anybody in there will give her a chance? She seemed nice. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just saying. Let's see what else they're saying real quick.
Fair. Your name ain't gonna be taken. So we have usernames, right? So I want you to make your name Quay Havis so they can find you. I'm gonna double check to see if it's taken. And well, Quay, there's 3 that come up, but you can still use just Quay. If you use the first one, Queee.
Yeah.
Like Queee. Make that your username.
Okay.
Like it's like an IG name, but make it your username and fill out your profile. Let me show it to you. And that's the way the man could reach out to you. Okay.
Okay.
Let me, here we go. This is what it looks like on the app. Okay.
Okay.
All right, baby girl. I am wishing you the best, honey. Now, I would say take a break. You got an 11-month-old baby, 2-year-old, 3. You could just take some mommy time.
I mean, he's not, since I ended the relationship, he's not even in the kid's life at all. So he does not.
No, but this isn't about him. This is about you resetting. I think that sometimes women just jump from one man to the next and you never reset yourself. And then if you don't reset yourself, you're going to attract the same type of guy all over again. So, I'm not saying you got to sit your ass down for a long time, but you just had a baby 11 months ago. You can sit your ass down for a year or 2. Shit.
Okay, Kendra.
But it's your life. It's your life, girl. It's your life. Set your profile up because you will be a highlight. So if there's a guy here that wants to reach out to you, that'll be the way, okay?
Okay.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Listen, she look like Gladys Knight from the movie Weapon. Wait, Gladys. Wait, she looked like Gladys from the. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh Lord! But anyway, I still think she seems nice. Honestly, she seemed like she might be a good person. She just didn't, figure that out right. She didn't go about it right. She lost her way. She lost her way, and she might be a good catch to somebody, if they're willing to, take on the 5 kids. At least it was all about one man. If she's telling the truth, at least about one man, because they be coming on there with 5 for 5. At least it was about one man. It wasn't her husband, but I'm just saying she kept doing it with that one person, and you know, um, and that's once I always say, look, the kids are the blessing. These kids don't know what the hell these grown-ups are doing. The children don't know what us grown-ups are doing. They don't know. They're innocent. The children are always innocent, but that's a lot. You have to, you gotta, that's why I say you have to learn from your mistakes. You gotta learn, hey, because creating children like that is that's, you gotta think about the kids, like those, and I'm not saying, because there have been single parents who raised their kids and the kids turned out great. Every single parent doesn't yield just a hellion. Like that, you can make your way out of it. Yeah, I was raised by a single mother and I think I came out okay. Scarred, but okay. You got to learn some things, because things that they don't teach you, especially when it comes to relationships and stuff like that, and in life too, though. But this is why I say you got to learn from your mistakes. You got to see if something is not going right the first time you make that first mistake. Don't keep making the same mistake. Come on, there was already red flags there, clear red flags to let you know, don't keep making a baby with this guy, because if he keep running off, why did it take 5 children for you to realize that he's irresponsible, if that's true? If that is true. It don't take 5 babies. Now you got 5 babies that you said that he's not in the children's lives at all. So you have 5 children by yourself. That's a lot. It takes 2 to make it. It takes 2 to raise them. So by yourself, that's diabolical. I'm just saying. By yourself, and he's nowhere in the picture at all. Like, that's a lot. And it's going to be a lot to ask for a man to come in and take on that responsibility when the baby's father don't even want the responsibility and never seemed to want the responsibility from the beginning. If he leaving while you're pregnant, like he wanted nothing to do with that. But why it took you all those many tries to realize that, when he was showing you from the beginning that this is not something he was ready for. So you have to be smart, because you're going to be the one left holding the bag. Now she's left holding the bag, probably frustrated at times. I mean, which I have a lot of children. My children, like y'all know, all basically grown for the most part. It takes a lot, even when you have help, even when you have a husband, because your husband is always at work. And if you're at home with kids 24/7, it can become a tedious task. So yeah, but at least you can get relief, because you do have help at some point, but still just by yourself with that many kids. I know that's a lot. And then financially and everything too. So yeah, that's a lot. So I was advising, don't do it. Be careful. Don't just go run and have babies with somebody because they look cute and they tell you some good stuff. No, you got to look at their actions. What are they doing? See, my thing is this: you shouldn't even date somebody who don't have their stuff together, who don't even have it together. And I'm not talking about a rich man. I'm talking about if he don't have a job, if he don't, he doesn't have a car, basically. I don't care what kind of car you got. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got a car. My uncle used to say car. He ain't got a car. You know what I'm saying? He don't have a car. He don't have an apartment. He don't have a place. He don't have nothing going. He don't have a job. He don't have nothing going on for himself. You shouldn't even be fooling with him. You shouldn't do that. I'm just saying. And that's not about potential. That's about the basics. Like, you got to have a job. You be able to show that you can take care of yourself. Because what you going to do with us? What you going to do with me and a potential family? Like, it's not about what kind of car. To me, it's not about what kind of job, especially when you're young and you're starting out. It's about you showing some responsibility, some level of being responsible. Like, hey, as a young man, what your responsibilities could be, or what they might be, especially if you're looking for a woman and you out here making babies. You need to be responsible. And the one way if somebody's responsible, because when you meet them, they're already responsible. Oh my You don't have to wait. If he's grown, he's responsible. He already has a job. He already has a car, or he has a place to stay. He has things already there. It's not about how fancy it is, but he has it. And if he's trying to date, then he at least needs to be responsible. And knowing if somebody is responsible is looking at their life and looking at what they're already doing. When you meet a person, they should already be able to show you how responsible they are. You have a consistent job, you're going to work every day, you're building yourself up. It's not about being at the finish line, in my opinion. It's about showing that you are responsible and you're capable and you're moving in the right direction. If I meet you and you living with your mama, but even in this day and age, there are people who are living with their parents. So it's a different thing. But at least if you got a job, at least if you're productive, you're doing something, you have goals and plans and things for your life and all that kind of stuff. And especially if you're young, like if you're young, you're starting. But if you sitting back and all you doing is smoking weed and you chilling all the time and you ain't really doing shit with your life and you ain't got no prospects, you ain't trying to do nothing, then that ought to let you know, nah, that ain't the person. You don't know. No. So you should already, align yourself with somebody who has things going for themselves. It ain't got to be you doing everything in the world, but as you're accomplishing one goal at a time and you're showing what you showing, improving what you're doing by your actions and what you have. You know what I'm saying? Not just sitting back talking a lot of, oh, baby, I'm going to make the world for you and create the life for you and our kid. I just want you to have my baby. Well, first thing first, first off, if you wanted me to be with you and have your baby, we got to be married. Make that a priority. If that's what you're into, we got to be married or we got to be in a committed relationship, whatever is your thing. And you got to get a job first. You can't be telling me you want me and a baby and you don't have a job and no job in sight. Oh, I work on that. Yeah, but I want you to have my child right now. And I want this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And you ain't showing no effort and have never shown any effort to do anything to provide those things. So no, that's not somebody you align yourself with, and you get far away from them because they'll try to, now I do agree in some of those cases, that's where we'll get with you and try to knock you up. You know what I'm saying? To keep you there, but no intentions of doing anything to really keep you there. You just want to raw dog and then she pregnant and then you walk away. So you got to look at things that are occurring before you get to that point. Don't go off of them telling you all these sweet nothings and they ain't got nothing to show for it. No, you should have a job. You should be able to get around handling your responsibilities that you already, that you are, being a man already. It don't make, you don't have to wait till I get a child to start doing that. Like that don't make no sense. Facts, DeeDee, but most Black women do not have that mindset. Well, they need to learn it. They need to learn it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem. And then you fall for these guys who ain't got nothing going, give them babies, and then you complaining on social media about all men ain't ish. That's not true. It ain't all men. It's just the ones that you pick. The ones that you allow to dig up in you and get you pregnant and don't have nothing, a pot to piss in the window to throw it out. So that's nobody else's fault. And if your parents, you don't have parents to teach you that, you don't have a mother or father to teach you, you need to listen to somebody telling you the right things as opposed to society telling you, girl, go to the D, go get the D, girl. That's all I was swearing about was getting to the D, get to the D. And girl, I ain't worried about the rest. Then when you knocked up and he don't want to have nothing to do with you, now that D got you a baby that you got to take care of for the rest of its life. And you're struggling because that's probably not the only child you got either. And you got all these kids, a single mother epidemic of running around here and you're crying when they're talking about cutting off the EBT. Because without that, y'all lost and confused and struggling. Without Section 8 and EBT and government assistance, y'all will all be homeless and hungry. And your kids. So you need to think about what you're doing if you don't want to be in that situation. That's all. Think about it. All right, y'all. So I done talked enough. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank y'all once again for being here. Shout out to everybody who supports the channel. Shout out to everybody who gave a super chat or cash app to support the channel. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream. Make sure you like the stream on your way out if you haven't already. Also, make sure you guys continue to watch the videos that are posted on the channel. I have more content coming for you guys. Y'all, listen, and if Sandra is still in the building, I will be reaching out to you. I am trying to put together all ladies panel, y'all. I want to do that. I got to do it. I've been trying to do it for the longest. I want to get together a group of women so we can talk about maybe some possible changes or our thoughts on what's going on as it relates to dating, red pill, manosphere, women in the spaces, how we can make a difference in maybe trying to get women to understand their part in all of this. And it's not just about women, but how women and men can understand each other. I am going to put this together one way or another. I've tried before. I didn't get too many responses, but I'm definitely going to try starting now to put it together. I'm about to start reaching out to ladies who have something to say. I want people who have opinions, and I like people with a difference of opinion too. Actually, once again, it's not about whether we agree or not, but it's about having a perspective, having an opinion, and maybe we can come together to try to figure some things out. So I'm going to put my total effort into this because I tried it before and I didn't get it. But I'm about to go ahead and reach out and start trying to cultivate a panel of just women because I want to get the women's perspective. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to be reaching out because I think it's important to get the ideas from women. Maybe, maybe get a different perspective. Maybe there's something else that I could hear from another female that I didn't get. And we can just kind of, bounce our ideas off of each other and actually hear each other out and maybe give us, get a different perspective and maybe, have other, just have the women to give their thoughts on this. So yeah, definitely Sandra Faye. I'm definitely reaching out to her. I think she has a lot to say. I like her perspective. She's very, I like the way she talks, to be honest. We need intelligent women. You know what I'm saying? We need intelligent women who have things to say and make very valid points. You know what I mean? I like that. I like to see that. You know what I'm saying? And, because I want to show, listen, because, there are women who like to call me pick me and be like, oh my God, but you hate women. No, and I'm so sick and tired of them, the ones who say that, oh, well, you're a pick me, you hate women. Y'all so dumb. I have daughters and I have sons. I don't hate women. I just don't like the stupidity, the stupidity of some. I'll say that. Some of y'all are just lost in the sauce, and it's just mind-boggling to me how y'all think. But it's not hate. It's just I don't agree with your narrative or what you're saying. I just see the cracks and the holes in it, and it don't make sense. But it's not a hatred thing at all. It's just I don't agree with where you're coming from. But once again, those same women who say I hate women, and when they don't agree with me, they name shaming and calling me names because you don't like. I'm not calling you no name. I might say what you're doing is dumb because that's what I think it is. But I'm not calling you, derogatory names because you make stupid decisions. I'm just calling out the decision-making skills. There's a lack thereof, and it's a way that you do it that is not going to work for you because you're still complaining. And I think it's insanity to complain about something, but keep doing the same old thing, looking for a different response. So yeah, I think that's insane. So if I say it's insane, if you take it personally, my bad, but I'm not, and pick me. I love it now, but I've embraced it because I've been picked. That's the thing. So if you're trying to get picked, maybe you might want to take a little notes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Listen a little bit. Maybe it might help you out. That's what we're trying to get to. We try to get more women to understand some of the ways that they, go about dating is wrong. I'm not saying you're a bad person or you're wrong. I'm just saying because a lot of us have been given the wrong information. We've been given the wrong information and we've been going off of that and it is not working. So let's try to find a new strategy. That's it. That's where I come in at. But yeah, that's something I'm going to be working on for real, y'all. It's Eric TV. Thank you for the super chat. It says hi, D. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for this super chat. I would love to get I have Just a Girl on the list. I would love to get Danica. I'm going to reach out to Danica. Y'all know I love her talking points. She's been doing this for a long time. I would definitely reach out to her. I do have her on the list, but I'm going to get River also. A lot of these people don't do panels. So if they do a panel, cool. And if they're willing to do it, fine. But a lot of them don't. We're going to try to get as many people as we can. But just want to let y'all know, a lot of these people do not do panels. They don't. A lot of them don't. But I will reach out, and whoever we get is who we get. And we're going to definitely keep it going. I have Carmen JC on the thing. And Chantel, I don't know if Chantel still does panels because, I did a panel with her before. So I'm gonna reach out to whoever is interested, and we're gonna do it, and I'll keep y'all posted about it. All right. But once again, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys continue to support the channel in any way you can. I have more content coming up really, really soon. I have content up every day, so make sure you guys are watching and supporting in that way. Yoas Eric TV also says any constructive criticism is hate. Right, to some. Exactly. You can't give constructive advice because they take it as hate and they as bashing, but that's unfortunate. And hopefully we can change that narrative at some point. Hey, Aditi, will you collaborate with Chantel Simone? I collaborated with Chantel a while back. We actually had a collaboration a while back now. So I've worked with Chantel before. Yeah. Yep. And I will do it again for sure. Yep. Danica don't really enjoy them. What do you mean, like panels? I don't know what you mean by that. Get like-minded people like yourself. See if you can get Angry Man on the panel. I would love Angry Man to come on the panel, but that'll be separate because I want to just do just the female panel, and then I would love to get Angry Man on the panel on a separate one as well. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Stay tuned for more. I have a lot more in store, you guys. Continue to support. Make sure you hit the like button, all that good stuff. Turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new content or I go live. I'm trying to do more lives for you guys. And once again, make sure you guys stay tuned for the member content. I'm definitely gonna work on some member content for you guys. So make sure you watch, because when I have posted member content, y'all didn't watch the content. So I was like, and a lot of times I get busy and then I stop posting over there. But make sure you watch the member content. I'm gonna be posting something on there really soon. Also, if you have not joined the membership, make sure you go ahead and join the memberships, because I will be posting content on there as well. All right. Also, if you want one-on-one advice, what I call it, advice, I have that in the description box because some of y'all were asking me for that. So I have it back up there because every time I put it out there, a few of you, I got a few people, and then that's it. And then when I take it down, because either I was too busy or didn't have time, you guys would ask about it. So for those who have been asking about the one-on-one sessions, I have them available. If you are interested, go to the description of this live stream or any of my videos, and I have the information in there. All you have to do is email me your name, when you're looking to have the one-on-one, all of the information is there, your time zones and all of that, and I can set it up. But if you want them, go ahead and let me know. Email me, because every time I put them up, y'all don't. Some of y'all, I've gotten a few, but then the rest of y'all be like, can you do one-on-ones? Can you do one-on-ones? And then when I offer it, I don't see y'all. So if you want the one-on-one, it's available, because sometimes I just take it away because I don't have the time to do it. So now that I have a little time to do it, make sure you guys go ahead and email me so I can set you up a time for the one-on-one sessions. All right. If you have any advice about relationships, about marriage, or any questions or things like that, I am available for those. So make sure you guys sign up for that or email me about it. All right. All right. So that is it for this live stream. I appreciate y'all once again. Y'all stay blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you guys really, really soon. All right. I love y'all. Y'all take care. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.